straightforward, and the first camp you ran across with your limited directions was the right spot, and others were simply, go find this NPC. Mancrick's wife in the Barrens is a particularly popular example of this. But you weren't totally in the dark. Just like with Wowhead now, you did have another website called Thoughtbot that was a handy database of all of the quests. You'd search the quests on this site and look in the comments for helpful advice from other players who figured it out already. Another point for difficulty was that there were a lot of elite quests. In each zone, you had a handful of quests that required you to kill an elite enemy or even go through an elite compound. For the most part, these were soloable and you had to find other players to group with before you could knock them out. If you were a hunter or warlock, you had a chance, but anything other than that, you had no chance unless you just out-leveled it, of course. Another big reason why it was so difficult was that there just weren't enough quests a lot of the times. Today, you can breeze to the max level, even skipping more than half the zones, but in vanilla, you pretty much had to go through every single zone and do every quest, and even still, it wasn't enough sometimes, and you had to straight up grind mobs or dungeons. In the alpha, the game initially had just 100 quests total throughout both continents combined, and the devs thought even that was too much. Luckily, they came to their senses with that one. I mentioned dungeons earlier, so let's talk about those. I'd say in general these were also harder. The mobs hit harder, and you pretty much had to bring some crowd control unless you just out-leveled them. And not even that, even getting to them was harder. Nowadays, it's as simple as queuing up in the group finder, but back then to form a party,